Hello, I'm Zoe Bestel and this is one of my own original songs called Reading Over Words. Looking back on all the conversations with people that once meant the world to me, understanding their confusion, coded messages, trying to say things subtly, give you a chance to start again, hoping you would catch my drift, know that something's wrong. I never truly shared my deepest thoughts with you. I never truly revealed my pain. It never occurred to me that I should have just told you. Didn't want to hurt you all over again. Reading over words, I could fall back in love with you so easily, but like me, you're just the same, never showing the real pain. I first came across the ukulele. I had some friends that sent me unusual instruments. They sent me one of those, I think it's a zither. It's like a lap thing, like a kind of like a harp, but a little bit more whiny. They sent me one of those, and then they sent me a ukulele for my birthday. And they were just, when they were about to go into fashion, they were just on the, modern fashion. And it stayed in the corner of my room, so it wasn't love at first drum. It stayed in my room because I didn't know what to do with it, because I'm normally a woodwind player, so I've played oboe and flute and I played piano, so I wasn't used to a string instrument. I'd never played one before, so I didn't know what to do with it until I saw Hey Soul Sister, and they played the uke, and I went, oh right, so that's what you can do with it. So that was my first song that I learned, and that was in January 2011, I think. And it was from there I went, oh, this is quite cool, I can write songs with this, and that was it. My sound is a bit folky. It's probably new folk, so it's not the traditional kind of folk, it's more of a popular folk, but the very typical singer-songwriter genre at the moment. So singer-songwriter, new folk, yeah. You know, it's funny, I've got a wide range of genres that I really like. So there's a lot of, from like rock to popular music to, I don't know, reggae, whatever else. And it's really hard to pick kind of one band that I really like. I must admit, I'm listening to a lot of Pink Floyd at the moment. I don't know whether that's, influenced me at all. I think the recent song that I wrote, I could probably sing a Floyd song to this, but it's fine. So maybe, I think recently they're probably influencing me the most, but I don't know, I take lots of different things. I used to listen to The Who when I was younger, probably my parents' influence. I really like Joni Mitchell. A lot of people say I've got a kind of similar, not really, but a kind of similar vibe to Joni. I quite like Kate Bush. There's loads of different things that I guess I've probably been inspired by, but I definitely can't pick one. It's all big mush. Music is my full-time job. I left school when I was 15, but on the cusp of my 16th birthday. So that was after my first exams, which in Scotland were standard grades. They've now changed, but basically GCSEs. And it was a big decision that year. I decided that I wanted to become a full-time musician. And it was deciding whether I'd go on to college and do a music course that I really liked, or whether I'd just be self-employed. Both my parents are self-employed though, so they were a little bit, I don't know, I guess I knew I could do it if I wanted to. And I also spoke to the guy that was one of the lecturers at the music course I wanted to do, who I knew. And he said by then I'd already been gigging, and I think I'd recorded my first EP by then, deciding, and he said that you've already done everything that would be on the course, there isn't much point of you doing it. So I went, okay, that's kind of decided then. I'll just go for it full time. So yes, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years now. And it's going good, it's good, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm getting loads of gigs in, and I'm writing songs for myself and for other stuff, so it's good, all music, so I'm chuffed. I think definitely having very supportive parents is key. I think if I didn't have them, I'd be pretty stuck. And also because they're self-employed and they know how to run businesses, they can teach me that way. I think that I've read when I was younger, and I still do. I read a lot, and I think that's contributed to my songwriting. I think if I wasn't so influenced by stories, and I like talking about them, and I wanted to sing about them, that's probably what helped me with my songwriting. So I think probably that, being a reader, and my parents.
That's great.
I think there's two pieces of advice that I'd probably say is very generic, but practice makes an awful lot of difference. Practicing stuff. I know that when I started playing the uke, I didn't consider myself very good, and then I went and chatted to other people, and we all kind of got together. You over time learn to develop new things. There's new string patterns that I can't even do now, but I might be able to do in 3 years. And there's things that I look back and go, I couldn't have done that back then. And that's over practice that you kind of, and that's an important one with everything, with singing as well. But the other bit of advice is get as much experience as possible. So any live settings, basically. So any live gigs, play as much as possible, so whether that's open mics or just regular gigs, and then you'll get used to, or you can deal with things when they go wrong. So if the sound engineer's rubbish, or if there's a power cut, or I don't know whether a string breaks, although that hasn't happened to me yet, so I don't know, that's the only thing I haven't had yet. Or yes, definitely experience and get some play as much as possible is basically the thing. Practice and experience, basically the same thing. Play as much as possible is what I'm saying. I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in Dumfries and Galloway. It's just over the border and to the left, and quite a bit in that direction, where there's the sea in Scotland. And there's a lot of space. There's not that many people, but a lot of room. And I know that there's a uke club in Colvend, kind of round near Dumfries area, and I know that they're brilliant actually. They're quite active, but I know that in schools they've started introducing ukulele rather than recorder. So there's definitely there's an undercurrent of it, and I know that there's a couple of places that they're teaching uke and they're doing it as like a therapy thing. But in general, there's not that many ukes about. I definitely know I'm the only ukulele player that's at regular gigs, but I think that might change soon, which is good. And there's a ukulele festival next year, the first Scottish ukulele festival, which is, I think, the 6th to the 7th of May in Dumfries and Galloway. So if you find that on Facebook, I think it's Ukulele Festival Scotland, you can find that there. So go to Scotland, it's fun. It's cold, but fun. Oh gosh, future holds. A new album. I need a new album out. I'm writing at the moment, or an EP. So release a new CD. And I think gigging a lot more, doing more festivals. I'd like to go to Europe actually. I think this is me dreaming now. I'm going, one day I'd like to go to Europe. I'd like to tour around the world, to be honest. But my main goal, especially even when I started this, was that I just want to be a musician for the rest of my life. So I'm not very much not into fame. I'm not keen on that at all. I just want to be able to do what I love for the rest of my life. So hopefully that's in store for me. find all the info for all my gigs on my website, which is zoebestel.co.uk. Also on Facebook and Twitter, the same, Zoe Bestel. You can find that all, and I definitely update because sometimes they change. So that's where you can find everything. Yeah. It's not a gimmick. I was talking to a friend about this actually, that a lot of people consider the ukulele a toy, and it's really not. It's like every other instrument. I guess at one point people probably called a harmonica a toy. I definitely know that that's something, but it's not. It's like every instrument. There's always, I think it's just because it's small and kind of cute that they go, oh yeah, and there's obviously the George Formby type of vest. I didn't want to mention him, but there you go. That it was fun, and it was kind of more of a comedy thing rather than a serious instrument. But it's definitely progressing into the folk scene, which is they like things a certain way. Quite purist about their music. Some of them are anyway. And I think because it's developing into that, it's going to carry on becoming a very serious instrument. I hope not too serious, but what I'm saying is that it might be taken more seriously. But yeah, I'm hoping that I change that as well. I help to change it and make the ukulele be seen as something that isn't just playing about. So yeah, that's what I say. You're wrong. Oh, that's hard. I think I quite like what Eddie Vedder does with the uke, lead singer of Pearl Jam. I think what he's done is quite cool. I really like the soundtrack for Into the Wild, and I like his album Ukulele Songs. And I think he's doing a little bit more rocky thing, and I think that's probably where my influences come in. I'd love to rock out on the uke with Eddie Vedder. That would be cool. I mean, there's so many other people that I'd like to work with, massive list of people, but definitely uke-wise, Eddie Vedder would be a cool one. Yeah. Looking back on all the conversations with people that once meant the world to me, understanding their confusion, coded messages, trying to say things to leave you a chance to start